Hey everybody, this is Ted Kendall. My week 3 screencast is going to be on the birth of the internet, the thing that allows us to be going to school right now and the thing that connects everyone to everything. The beginning of the internet was right around the 1970s when computers were still very large, took up a whole lot of room, and couldn't be moved around very easily to transfer information. In order to transfer that information, it took a long time, made it really annoying. So the Department of Defense finally came up with an idea to fix that problem. The unit called the Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as ARPA, which is a lot easier to say, created a way to connect several computers together, allowing them to pass information, share storage space, and use softwares from the different computers on the single computer. So the birth of the ARPANET has two different theories on its actual beginnings, one being the military side and also one being the civilian side. The military side would be considered if one computer was attacked by, say, a terrorist. Information on that computer and all other computers would be safe because at a remote location they would have all their information backed up. The civilian side was used mostly by universities. They would go and they would actually share information back and forth. They could send findings, store information, and all that. If they didn't have enough room to store the basis of their experiments, they could send it to another area to store. So that was basically the two different ideas. Nobody really knows exactly which way it was, but either way came to be. The ARPANET basically uses large hubs that are connected to smaller computers. Now, the smaller computers would basically, if I wanted to send something from California to, say, Massachusetts, I could send it from my computer to a hub. That hub would then be connected to a hub in Massachusetts. And that hub in Massachusetts is connected to another computer that, say, the person I sent it to is on. So that's basically how the system works. The ARPANET actually grew and grew. They added all kinds of hubs. They also invented the email, the remote controlling of other computers, and they also they created a system to where you could actually transfer bulk information instead of small sets of information at a time. Now, the ARPANET was open to commercial use in 1991. Allowing people to get on there, share information. That's the birth of AOL, Internet, Firefox, and all that good stuff. That just all came about after it went commercial, and thus what we're able to do now. Now, let's just think for a minute of an alternate reality. What if the U.S. wasn't the one who created the Internet? Perhaps it was someone like China who was at the time kind of button heads with us. Wasn't really an enemy, but they were real kind of close knit. If they were the ones that would have created the internet, they probably would have kept it to themselves, being a close knit country as they were, and not wanting the information to get out to enemies of that country. So basically, they would use it for themselves, and basically the same idea of sharing information, sharing technology. Now, if they created the internet in 1971 like we did, the world would be much, much different. They would basically patent everything, not allowing anybody else to use the internet, except for those people that they deem are necessary, as in their allies could use the internet. They could increase their technology feeds. They could invent things faster. Thus, they would rise to power. When they did rise to power, they would obviously fight off the democratic-based countries and possibly start another world war. So if the Chinese did in fact invent the internet, there would be no Facebook and there would be no Twitter. So think about that the next time you're posting your great lunch meal on Instagram.